Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I was in the mood for something just a little bit springtime, a little bit colorful, a lot bit colorful. And this is kind of where we landed. If you want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So it's prom season, and I originally was gonna sit down and do like a prom inspired makeup tutorial, but then I just kind of figured that everybody else was gonna be doing that right now. So I figured I would just go ahead and sit down and film something a little bit more obnoxious than that. So now I know that I said that I was gonna keep things a little bit darker and more smoky and dramatic for spring and summer, but I don't know, I guess I changed my mind today. Since I'm wearing my Blanche Devereaux jacket today, I thought that I would just go ahead and create an eye look that kind of coordinated with this jacket just a little bit. I haven't done anything that has a lot of color in it for quite a while now, so I figured, might as well. And it's super rare that I ever use like oranges and pinks and those kind of colors together. And Charm is one of those colors that I feel like I see people use in tutorials, and I'm always like, God, I really want to use that color, and I just never do. So I'm gonna keep things a little bit more pink on the underneath side of my eye and then more kind of orangey above. Tongue Pop has a little bit more of that salmon kind of pink color to it, so I think it mixes really well with an orange. So this is my first video being filmed with my new vanity setup. If you guys follow me on Instagram, then you've seen a little bit of it. And I also had mentioned it in my last video that I was going to be putting together a new setup for not only filming, but just for my everyday makeup application. So I went to IKEA last week and I picked up everything that I needed. I did have to order a few more things online that all came. So like my rigs for like my lighting and, you know, some extra power tool kind of stuff from the Home Depot. So I could drill some holes and that kind of stuff. But now everything is set up, everything's ready to go. So I'm back on my regular kind of filming schedule. Whereas before I had to kind of, you know, set everything up for filming, and then when I was done, kind of tear everything back apart and kind of shove everything into corners to get things out of the way. And now everything is permanently set up and nothing's in the way. There's like so much extra room in this room now. And I definitely am planning a room tour video. I still have a little bit more kind of like cleaning, organizing, and a few other things I need to pick up and set up before I really want to go ahead and do a room tour, but that's coming soon. I'm actually even sitting in a real chair to film now, where before I've been sitting on an ottoman in front of a setup with like a TV tray and a small little table that was put in front of like the dining room table that I was working on before. I'm actually sitting in a chair at a real desk. And when I'm done filming, I can just turn off the lights and just completely be done. But I think that the entire setup for the entire vanity, like the mirror, the chair, the entire desk, the drawers, all of it, I think was like under 400 bucks. It was super, super cheap. I actually used a foundation today that is probably the closest to my skin tone that I've used in quite a while. And didn't realize until I was doing so that I'm super fucking pale right now. I think that realistically, as far as like MAC foundations go, I'm probably more like an NW15. I always like to think that I'm more like a NW20 to an NW25. And in reality, I'm definitely much more pale than that. It's funny how like colors like this, like Magenta and Night Moth, those lip pencils that are actually meant for your lips, I don't know that I've ever really worn them on my lips. Maybe once or twice for like a video or for like, you know, something I was taking pictures of, but in real life, I'm like a nude lip guy all the way. And so these brighter colors of lip liner and these darker colors of lip liner, I've just always worn them on my eyes instead of on my lips. And I love these Vivid Brights by NYX, but I just think they dry out so fast. Like the red one that I bought, I think I used like twice and it's already like super dry. Yeah, I will definitely get my self-tanner on soon so I can be a little bit darker. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like foundation shades are a little bit more forgiving on top of fake tan. You know, you can just kind of like match up your skin to your fake tan. I think it's a little bit easier. We're also only 2 weeks away from opening weekend at Cedar Point, so I'll be spending a lot of time there and I'll get a little bit of color over the summer too. Even though I definitely wear a lot of SPF while I'm there, I still get some color. I actually love to use the IT Cosmetics during the summertime. Their CC Cream, I've got their Celebration Foundation and the SPF 50, which was like a QVC special that I got. But I figured that'll be a good one to wear over the summer because I can just get like a powder foundation on that has SPF in it and be pretty set for the day and not look like complete trash in the ride photos on the roller coasters, you know? And if I seem off or if my energy level is just like way down today, I'm just, you know, this is my first time filming with this new setup, so the entire situation just seems like so completely weird than what I've been used to doing for like the last year or so. Um, so bear with me and I'll try to be back on track on the next one. And since we're coming up on roller coaster season where I'm going to be spending most of my weekends at Cedar Point, I really need to pre-film videos this year because I feel like last year I kind of, you know, I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll record a video today. And then I'd be like, no, I'm just going to go to Cedar Point today instead. And I feel like I didn't film that much. But I also feel that if I want my videos seen more and if I want a little bit more exposure, I need to start filming and uploading on a more regular and consistent schedule. I actually just had somebody leave a comment on one of my videos last night saying that my videos do not come up in her subscription feed. Which I feel maybe happens to a lot of you. I feel like a lot of the views that I get and a lot of the comments that I get from people that are seeing my videos are new viewers, like that just kind of happen to come across my channel. Where I feel like once people are subscribed to my channel, it's almost like they don't really see my stuff anymore, which kind of makes sense actually, since I have over 800 subscribers now, but my videos are still averaging like right around that 200 mark. So only about a quarter of the people that are subscribed to my channel are actually seeing my videos, so I don't know what's going on. I think my pictures of my makeup looks actually get more interaction on Instagram than my videos get on YouTube. So I don't know if that means maybe I should start doing some little like mini tutorials on Instagram. I don't know, what do you guys think? Are you more interested in quick little 1-minute videos on Instagram that you can just kind of like get in and out and see the final product really quickly? Or are you more into like a 15-minute talk through video? Or are you into both? I don't know, let me know. Is YouTube dying? Did I get here too late? I probably did. But if you're in the area and you do happen to frequent Cedar Point, definitely come up and say hello. I'm there all the time. Actually, last summer, and I mean, I'd only been posting videos for like a few months, and I was in line for a ride, and some random guy came up to me, and he was like, "Do you post videos on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yes." He was like, "Oh, my wife watches your videos all the time." And me and my friends are always so excited for opening weekend at Cedar Point, and usually what happens is the weather does not even a little bit cooperate. Last year was a freaking nightmare. It was like so cold and so rainy and so windy. And then even once the weather finally settled down, it was like, I don't know if that park is just super understaffed at the very beginning of the season, but it was like the weather finally broke and it finally was nice, and they still weren't operating any of the rides. And it was funny because at one point I was scrolling through Instagram while we were at the park, and Cedar Point's Instagram page had posted, you know, like a picture of like one of the coasters or maybe something like that, and had posted something about, oh, you know, it's like a beautiful day here at the park, whatever, whatever. And it was funny because like one of the kids, one of the people that was at the park had commented on that post, well then open some rides, you assholes. Which was funny because like that's exactly how we felt about it, because it was like, again, like the weather had finally broke, it was finally nice, it was still cold as shit, but like there was no wind, there was no rain, it was totally fine, and they just didn't open anything. There was one year that we went where it was perfect. It was like summertime weather that weekend. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. And that year was awesome for opening weekend, but usually the weather fucking sucks. Um, it's like, I'm hoping that we end up getting a break this year and getting some nice weather for opening weekend, but I'm going to go ahead and just assume that we're not. Make the best of it and just know that, you know, for the next like 5 months, you know, we can go as much as we want to. Yeah, I usually don't clown it up too much like this when I'm, you know, going to an amusement park or anything like that. I usually try to tone it down a little bit, because people are going to stare at me no matter what anyway. So I figure I usually am not trying to give them one more reason to stare and take pictures and that kind of stuff. Even though I don't usually wear a lot of makeup in the summertime to amusement parks, especially eye makeup, there's no point. I wear sunglasses all day anyway, so it would just be covered up. I'll mix a little bit of like a loose powder highlighter or even like a liquid highlighter into my Supergoop oil. This is SPF 50. I actually really like the Starlit powder, and I always forget about it because I just, you know, I have my highlighters that I usually just kind of gravitate towards a little bit more. So this one just kind of gets pushed further into the back of the highlighter drawer. So I figure I might as well bust this out and get some use out of it. And again, maybe kind of mixing that into my body oils to wear throughout the summer. This one has a little bit more of like that greenish gold kind of cast to it, which I just think is really pretty. I definitely want a little bit more intensity than that on that inner corner, so I'm gonna get some NYX glitter primer on there, and then go into Acid Rain by Posh Pepper Beauty and just pop that right over top of that one. Yeah, that's better. That's what I wanted. You can definitely see the difference between applying it dry on my cheekbone versus applied over top of a glitter primer. I'm gonna try the Starlit powder over top of that on my cheekbones and see how that works out. It's weird how the Starlit powder popped on my cheekbone but not on the inner corner highlight. That's weird. So I definitely think that a look this obnoxious calls for some lashes. So let me go ahead and get those on off camera, and I'll be right back with the final look. So lashes are on, I changed up my lips a little bit. All that will be in the description box below. So sorry if my energy level seemed just a little bit off today. Not only is this my first time filming with my new setup, but this is actually the first time I've put on a full face of makeup at my new vanity. So it's like kind of getting used to where everything is and all of that. And I just kind of felt like I was putting my makeup on at somebody else's house. So the overall thing just seemed a little bit weird. And it was almost like filming my very first video all over again. So I'm sure next time we'll kind of be back to normal. But either way, thanks for checking out my video. Give it a like and all that stuff. Hit the notification bell so you'll actually know when I post videos. And hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one.